We're all looking at the same thing. Thank you for joining us for another perspective from the Sag Nasty If Anybody Asks Me podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For more videos, please subscribe to the channel. Or don't. Just sit back, say nothing, do nothing, and watch as we bare our souls to you. We got it from here. Sag Nasty.
When I was younger, my mother would always say, everyone just thinks that you're so, you're just so polite, and so you're funny, but I wish I really knew how you were, you know what I mean? So, my mom's in the background, she doesn't know, she's talking about something else, not paying attention or whatever, but we're just sitting there, and we think it's so funny to watch this cat knock around this hamster. I mean, people might, I'm taking it out and kind of throwing it and just whatever. But I mean, I just, that was kind of just looking back on a memory I remember when we were all together. Obviously going out to South Dakota, I remember that. I remember my mother, before I was going to school, I'd hang out with her during the day, and she worked at my dad's gym. Remember, she had the antique store on the main floor. And this is when the gym moved to Hamilton Street.
Yep.
Which was right next to Salvation Army and next to mine.
Yep.
And the first floor was my mom's antique shop. Remember, the basement was where my dad had the equipment.
Yep.
And we remember us unloading those 30,000 pounds of weights in the back alley there.
Yep.
And the second floor was the gym. The next floor was apartments, and then the top floor was like another apartment.
Did your dad own that building?
He
Since
did.
he had the basement, yeah. So he did own the building. Yes.
He did own the building.
Yeah,
he did own the
building. That's what I thought. Because we were always walking around the whole thing. So I figured, because I remember being around before those were apartments, and he was like refurbishing it to be an apartment. And I remember being in there when it was empty.
Yeah, we'd go there.
It was like nice. Yeah. So that actually
we watched the fireworks from there.
That kind of leads me on to the next point. The next kind of question is, jump about 3 years ahead, and there's a video of you at Old Town Gym, and you're with your stepbrother Brandon, and he's in this kind of like makeshift cardboard robot suit, and you're blasting him with this cardboard sword. And what I saw from that was like, whoa, this is like so much different than what was 3 years ago. For example, you're sitting at South Padre Island, and your sister is holding the camcorder interviewing your dad. And remember what she said?
So that was so in that video. Well, so the South Padre Island video is my sister Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
Talking to my dad.
Remember what he said, your dad?
Yeah, well, I remember because I watched it. So
of course.
Hey, Mr. Schweigert or whatever, and they say, or where are you at? Or where are we at? Or so this is Schweigert Beach. I own this beach.
Yeah. What did you say?
I'm like, yeah, we own this beach. I own this beach too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny though is, like, my little doing this stuff is the same exact how my body looks and like my movements and stuff is my second daughter Emma. Like,
oh wow.
Exactly. Like all my kids do these little weird things with their fingers that I do, and but Emma totally, I'm watching that video and I'm going, oh my Lord, because we also have another video on there, Gerald, where it's my T-ball, T-ball, literally, no, it's coach pitch. And after the game, my dad took me, Kyler Kafring, and Jaime Torres to the Texan, and we're filming it. And there's this little video where I'm kind of bouncing around, and I'm looking, and my dad asked me this question, and I'm like, oh my God, that is my daughter, Emma. Like, holy smokes. Yeah.
I forgot about Kyler. You're bringing up so many names today. I forgot about
Kyler. Kyler was my best friend.
Yep.
Growing up, because again, growing up, I had 4 older siblings, but I was really like an only child because they were so much older.
Yep.
Right. So by the time, my sister, the youngest, was Jenny. She graduated in '89. Right. So by 8 years old, it was just me, my dad, and my mom at the house for like a year, and then it was just
a year.
Exactly. Yeah. So my mother always like she likes big families, and she always wanted me to have a brother or a sister. So actually, here's kind of a just how fate works or how life works or whatever was. So my mother was pregnant before I was born. So she actually had a miscarriage at 14 months. Then I want to say after she healed from that, they tried again and had me. So if it wasn't for the miscarriage, my timing, I probably wouldn't be here.
They would have just been happy with the one.
It would have been somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been a different person. But whoever that child was didn't make it because of him or her not making it. It allowed them to have me. And after me, they tried again. And my mother had another miscarriage. So miscarriage. So I was in the middle there. So she always felt bad that I was alone so much. So I don't know if she knew Kyler's mom, but she kind of.
I remember they were friends or something. Yeah.
She would babysit, and she would have Kyler come, so I would have another child to play with. And there was another kid. I don't know if you remember him. His name was Billy. He was out from Swan Valley.
No, I don't.
Billy Martindale. No. So it was Billy Martindale, Kyler, and then my mother was friends with Jaime Torres's mom, Esther.
Yep.
And we met at catechism at St. Peter and Paul there because I started catechism before I started actual preschool.
You're like super Saginaw.
What's that?
You're super Saginaw.
Oh yeah, man. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing in here.
No problem.
So again, or I guess why? Well, hold on. Why did I start talking about that?
Yeah. So like, I noticed that in that time, like very short time span, like a lot changed. And this is all before I met you, which is kind of crazy because at South Padre. It was all going on
right about the same time.
Yep. And South Padre, you had like this long hair. You were very whiny. And it was like, this is not the guy that I knew.
I hit my sister. You know what I mean?
You were really bratty. Okay, you must have been in a bad mood or something because.
And my daddy goes, Stu, stop
I don't remember you being like that person at all. And it's like, I saw him less than a year after that. It wasn't even like a year by the time I met you. By that time, you didn't have long hair and you were super not whiny, which is kind of funny.
Well, I might have had long hair. Let me look here.
You know, by the time I saw you had that nice cropped cut hair.
I had blonde hair. Blonde hair.
Yeah, very blonde hair. Yep.
And then all of a sudden it changed. So third grade here. So that was kind of my last. I had the Pat Riley. So
I came late in third grade. That's why. I came late in third grade. Yeah, but yeah, you did have the slip back when I met you. Yes, that's true.
I used to rock my mom used to rock the mullet, right?
Yeah. And
for a little bit.
You changed, like not you changed, but life changed
a
lot.
Here's the thing though, Daryl, was you're seeing me with my family, right?
Okay.
When I was out in public, I didn't whine, I didn't act up, I didn't do any of that stuff.
I didn't really see you do that at home too, though, is what I'm saying.
Well, when I was younger, I would, because my mother would always say, God, everyone just thinks that you're so, you're just so polite and so, funny, but I wish I really knew how you were, you know what I mean? So it was like, you kind of like hold it together when you're in public and then you kind of let it out a little bit when you're.
Okay, well, yeah, for me, like, I was like, who is that guy? It was kind of cool to see because I think it seemed like life forced you to grow up a lot in a matter of about 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah, I would say yes, because I can remember the conversation with my dad. I can picture it right now. He pulled me outside. And I didn't see my dad very much. Yep. Again, he was working full time at the sheriff department. Then he was running the gym, and then he was driving down to East Lansing and getting his master's degree at Michigan State.
Okay.